Okay, this one's on troubleshoot of the BLU Trane furnace. One of the early high efficiency trains. This one I think is about 1990, something like that. Can't remember for sure. But we're going to start a little troubleshoot on this thing for assorted different problems. Okay, the first thing we're going to start out on is nothing happens. Okay, if nothing happens, there's no lights on the control board or anything like that that we have in some of the newer furnaces. So we're going to have to use other ways to determine. One of the simple ways to determine if there's power to the furnace is if you have a fan switch on the thermostat, turn the fan switch on. If you turn the fan switch on and the fan comes on, then you know you have power. Another way to do it is you can do down at the furnace. Okay, one of the things you can do is you can take a jumper like this and jumper between R and W. Okay, the inducer should come on immediately. If it doesn't come on, then you've got a power problem here. Now here you can see I've got the probes between C and R, and we're checking to see if we have voltage actually coming out of the transformer. Now if you look down here, you'll see that terminal board right there, and you can take your probes and go across those two terminals and see if you have power. Okay, now so if I put my probes across here and I show I've got 120 volts and I don't have 24 up at the transformer, I got a transformer problem. Okay, power in, no power out. Okay, so let's assume then that we do have power to the furnace, but nothing's going on. Nothing happens. There's no inducer starting up or anything like that. I jumpered out the 24 volt and the inducer still doesn't start. Then I'm going to want to look at this inducer. Now, one of the first things you're going to look on in that inducer, okay, you might want to see if this thing will rotate like that. See it. If it rotates very hard, this one seems to be fine, or if there's an obstruction, the obstruction will probably make a noise. It'll probably make a scratchy noise in there, and that's usually a dead bird or some sort of animal got into the vent pipe. You want to be sure that the bearings move smoothly on this thing there. Now, we got 3 wires coming to this. The white is common, the red is low speed, and the black is high speed. Well, they're going to come into the this board here. Okay, if you look at this board, this is the inducer board here. And you can see that black and red wire here, down here. The high speed's going to come on first. So if I am calling, like the thermostat's calling for heat, and I know I have power there, then I can go from the white. Let me see if it gets you back a little bit. Okay, I can go from the white down here, and I can go up to the black, and I show no power. Then I probably have a problem in the inducer board. Here again, power in, power out. I've got power to the system, but when I call for heat, the inducer does not start, and I have no power between the black and the white down here, the white down here. Then I have a problem in that board. Okay, a couple other things that would cause nothing to happen. This little limit switch here, which is actually a limit switch for high temperature in the vent. That limit switch there, if it's open, then the inducer will not come on. So also, this switch down here, if it's open, now that's a fuse. So if it opens, it's going to stay open. It's a high temperature fuse. That means there's probably a rollout. So if it's open, the inducer won't start. The last one would be the limit switch that's in the ductwork. If that is open, then it won't start the inducer. So that's pretty much everything. That there's nothing going on at the furnace. Nothing's happening. You know, there's no, you find out if you have power to the furnace by finding out the fan works, and then go through all the rest of these things to see if you can find out what has happened.